I had to break up with my boyfriend on Christmas Eve. I'm sure you'll agree when you hear the story. That Christmas Eve, I was excited to visit my new boyfriend Jack's parents. I had grown attached to Jack in the few months we had been dating, and his parents, whom I had met once before, seemed gentle, kind, somewhat sad from the tragedy of losing their other child, a daughter, a few years ago to cancer. But perhaps I only thought this because Jack had mentioned his deceased sister a few times in passing. Jack had bought me a new dress for Christmas. Odd, I thought, but then perhaps I had watched Vertigo too many times and saw too much about gender and feminism online. It was beautiful, with an unusual dark green and red pattern which perfectly brought out the highlights of my chestnut hair. Jack's eyes lit up when he saw me twirling around in it, and he said he couldn't wait for his parents to see me. We entered their suburban home, and Jack helped me take off my winter coat while his parents made polite noises at us, which were cut short when they laid eyes on me. His mother's eyes welled up, and clapping her hand to her mouth, she left the hallway. I looked up at Jack. He was smiling. "Mom!" he called. His father frowned, but then remembered his manners and turned to me. "Come inside, my dear. You should have a drink now that you're here. Did Jack never tell you?" His voice trailed off. I followed his dad into the brightly lit living room, and suddenly I understood. For hanging on the wall was a full-length photo portrait of a young woman with Jack's features and rich chestnut hair, wearing the same beautiful red and green dress I had on. I turned to Jack angrily. How could he play such a mean trick on us, on me, on his parents? But when I saw his face, my anger turned to fear at the fixed look on his face. He came up to me and took my hands, looking deeply in my eyes. "Please, sweetheart, don't be mad," he beseeched. "They're always so sad at Christmas, always going on and on about Lucy. She was their favorite, you know. I thought you might cheer them up." His grip tightened, and the feelings of fear and confusion deepened. I looked at his parents helplessly. They were seated on the couch, his father's arms around his mother's slumping shoulders, while she dabbed at her eyes. They looked so frail and ill. What were they thinking? "Please, darling, let's just have dinner. They prepared a real feast for us. All the things you like, just for a couple of hours," murmured Jack. Was it social conditioning? Was it survival? My skin crawling, I dumbly nodded. Jack turned to his parents. "Mom, Dad, we're starving. Is dinner ready?" he said brightly. Mom got up, visibly pulling herself together. "We have nibbles in here. Where are your manners, John? Offer them drinks," she scolded her husband.